Let's go and see a kindergarten in Pripyat. This is not your usual tourist kindergarten with gas masks and little dolls, however. This is a radiochemistry laboratory. This kindergarten was used as such after the Chernobyl accident.
I think it was something like laboratory.
Mm-hmm.
Not very hot, but it's contaminated soil.
That's right. That stuff on the floor, radioactive samples. Yeah, I think it is actually. This sample is actually a bit contaminated, 3 microsieverts. Radioactive plastic bags next to potties. This isn't part of the kindergarten's original equipment either. It's typical laboratory equipment. There you can see valves for vacuum, air and gas. I'd assume there was a fume hood on top and this would be used to chemically process the samples. What are these boxes? Also samples? Look, 2 petri dishes. These things. Ooh, photo.
Maybe inside much more?
Wait. Oh, yes, you can see. Even the difference, you can even hear that. Okay, let's open it. Seems to be a very confined point source.
In this.
Yes.
There's much more.
I need something like... maybe I can find a piece of metal or something to open it with. I found a fork. It's bigger. Almost. It's getting better. Yes, I have it. Pandora's box has been opened. What the fuck is this? Let's put it back on the... What the fuck? See that smeared out black dot on the right? That's it. Maybe it's not even on the inside, maybe it's outside.
The same.
Oh, I think this is higher.
And here. No? It's
Immediately.
clear. Totally clean.
Shut up. Video that again. Clean spots are highly amusing. Okay, and just do this. Nothing. I think it's whatever this is.
I think. Yeah, this.
I think. Let's check out the other petri dish. Ah, it says something.
Aha, careful, particle.
Got it. But it has something else inside, you see? Like these stripes? Yeah. I should try and open this as well. And you can see it seems to be some kind of filter material with a circle that was drawn with a pen, and in the middle of it, a tiny little hot particle. I wonder if they filtered it from air or from water. Curious. You can find many of these particles, usually buried in the soil, for example in a red forest, or around the cooling towers of reactors 5 and 6. And these are just some empty bottles, as it seems. Not too interesting. Typical Cowtex lab container. But you see, it's sand. It's not the soil, it's sand.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe from river? Yeah, that's even worse. But I think this is soil. Let's look. Yes, more soil. This already? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same.
Check my glove, please. Still good. What the fuck is this? This?
I think it's not. It's on the floor.
I think it's a uniform contamination
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
floor. Hard to say what happened there. Maybe somebody spilled some acidic radioactive solution. I don't know. There are actually quite a few places like this in Pripyat. Not just kindergartens, but all kinds of places that were used as laboratories, as Pripyat was abandoned after the accident. So measurements for contamination of Pripyat and the surrounding areas were done. Reactive agent. And well, this is what remains of those measurements. I wonder if these potties were used to cook up radioactive stuff as well, or if they are merely remains of the kindergarten. You can see everything is falling apart. The building is falling apart due to wind and weather having its way with it throughout all these years. All in all, this place is quite a big contaminated mess. Again, a lot of laboratory equipment to be found here, but sadly, no gamma spectrometers. Seems like they took those really valuable things, or somebody else scavenged it afterwards, I don't know. White protective gear, rubber boots. And tiny gas masks. Those are children's gas masks, so probably a leftover from the actual kindergarten, and not part of the laboratory. Imagine that, 30 years ago, children were laughing and running along these hallways, and just 20 years ago, there were laboratory workers in full protective gear measuring this stuff. And now, it's just us, and everything else has been abandoned.
Maybe it was something like rest room.
Yeah. That shoe isn't something that you'd wear in a lab. That?
Area.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's the same. Yeah.
It's weird that all these samples are so scattered around. You can see they were neatly put in shelves, so they were probably not put there by scavengers or anything. But still, they're just all over the place, and in every room there's a little bit, and then yeah, it's just a big mess, really. They probably just had way too many samples to store properly, and I mean, who cares anyway? It's a contaminated zone, so.
Of course, on the floor.
But yeah, that mess on the floor was surely done by animals and people entering these buildings after they were abandoned even as laboratories.
Temporary storage for reactive waste.
Not sure where he just read that, but I wonder what temporary means in this case. Oh, nice. Nice as in huge amount of samples. Holy shit. What is that? Is it this? Oh. Yes. It's quite hot. Just has a number on it. And the date, 1996.
1906, 96 to be precise.
T2.
Just a radioactive. High level.
Oh, high level radiation. Yeah.
High level, low level.
Does this say where it is from? Can you just check this, if this is okay to stand on?
Trying not to get my shoes and stuff too contaminated in here.
I think.
I think here everything
A
contaminated.
little bit. I want to see if I can, because this one says something.
Chistuchalovka and high level. Probably the first mentioned
you
is the
read
name of the village. I don't know.
Chistuchalovka. Soil.
Okay. Just, but not from where.
Organic soil.
Okay.
Hard to find out what exactly these samples are because, well, they took their files with their results and measurements, of course. Reasonable.
I just hope we don't contaminate.
What a wicked place, don't you think? So what were these samples good for? Well, they actually removed the top layer of soil in the very contaminated areas, and I did assume these samples are, first of all, to check for the contamination, how high the contamination actually is, and then also see how well their efforts of decontamination worked out. They removed the top layer of soil in a lot of places, like in Pripyat, and tore down entire villages and parts of the forest in an effort to decontaminate the area.
Just says numbers. Number 3155. This camera is good. Oh, it's from 94. The other ones were from 96. This is 94. Oh, what is this? Is this contaminated? Because it looks like sample preparation dish.
Yeah, but it's not contaminated.
Okay.
Anyway, compare with.
Yeah, I've compared with that stuff. That's a bird skeleton. Can you measure this?
Yeah.
It's from a. Can you measure it? If it's radioactive too, it should be. If it lives here. There used to be something inside, but it's not in there anymore. Must be an instrument or.
I have a really hard time in reading Cyrillic handwriting, so if anybody cares to give me a summary of this, I'd really appreciate it.
Lily Kopachi, but it's empty.
Yeah.
Maybe they just prepare.
Yeah. Then didn't put it.
Original SSSR Cabinet for Toys, 1966.
They use these rooms like a storage for toys.
These are the few little things that remind you that this was in fact a kindergarten prior to the accident. A rusty old safe. I wonder what used to be stored in there.
Closed.
That sounded like both surprise and disappointment.
No.
More samples! Oh, nice.
This is paradise for a spectrometrist. All these bottles full of radioactive samples.
Maybe it was not so for samples with high level.
What is this? It's a heart. See, it's
Just some meat.
just definitely hard. You can see it. It's a hard muscle.
This is a nice bottle.
Yeah. Let's see. It's very light.
Who knows, maybe leaves from the red forest.
Fucking cool. What is this?
I'd love to just spend an entire day in there and look at everything in detail.
Ooh. Wow. That's a lot. What the fuck is that? I don't know what it is. What does it mean?
Name of the village, Чистогалевка.
Oh, okay.
First village in Western Trace, behind the forest.
Uh-huh.
Makes you wonder how many people actually worked in these laboratories, and for how long they worked there in total. As you can see, the samples are from multiple years.
Wow. 95. Wow, that's quite contaminated.
And back then it was a lot worse, so nothing you'd want to feed your horses with, I guess. That's a Marinelli beaker. You'd have a sample of radioactive material in there, and your detector in the middle,
Now where's the gamma spectrometer?
so you could pretty much surround it with the radioactive material for a better detection efficiency. Even some remains of electronic gear there, but nothing valuable, or at least not as far as I saw.
Chemicals. Can you just check the floor? If it's dirty? Let me check the chemical. What are they? Okay, potassium dichromate.
A standard and quite toxic oxidizing agent.
Also potassium dichromate. Is this? I think this could be something like a borehole sample here. Yes, it is a depth sample.
Everything.
Fuck.
Okay.
Would have been a bad spill in a normal lab and something you'd need to clean up, but
Decontamination.
here it doesn't matter.
No, it's all potassium. Like kitchen or something. Or hey, look, there's something else in here.
What?
What is this?
Kitchen.
But the kitchen for cooking radioactive things. I think this is like a gas mask or so. Can you see if it's dirty here? Because this is like a mask.
Yo dude, wanna cook? Let's cook some uranium hexafluoride. Anyway, that's it for our tour of the red labs of Pripyat that used to be a kindergarten.